So I'm 21 years old, but I don't drink or do drugs. Please hold your applause. So I don't drink or do drugs, but lately I've been thinking that I should probably start because I'm getting really tired of being judged for all my bad decisions, while all you motherfuckers who drink and do drugs just get away with anything as long as you use the excuse of, I was so fucked up last night, I don't remember a thing. Well, I don't get fucked up, and so let me remind you all of the things that you do, that you just then get away with the next day. You fight each other, you yell at each other, you piss yourselves, you throw up in or on everything and everyone, including yourselves. You just pass out drunk everywhere. And probably the most common with guys my age is you have sex with the ugliest, fattest, grossest girls at parties. And I'm really getting sick of being judged for having sex with those same girls. Like, why should you get away with it but not me? So, but speaking of having sex with fat girls, I recently dated a girl who had a baby. And I didn't use that baby as an excuse for me to be fat, though. Let me tell you how this worked. So I would go out with the girl and her baby, and everybody would, of course, assume that the baby was mine, which I would get really mad about. Like, me and this baby have nothing in common. I don't go around all day shitting myself. I don't cry until a girl lets me suck on her tit. I can talk. I don't just make, I don't make that noise. I can walk. Have you ever seen a baby try? It just stands up and then falls down. But then I was thinking that you know who does do all those things is you all when you drink and do drugs and get so fucked up that you can't remember anything the next day. Which then led me to believe that this baby was probably one of yours. But you then got so fucked up that you just didn't remember impregnating the girl the night before. And then 9 months, when the baby came, you just got fucked up again, and then you didn't remember the baby being born. And so then I was stuck going places with your baby, and well, then you got off with yet another thing, just getting off all over the place. And but anyway, so I would go out with this baby, and all these old women would come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, your baby's so cute, and it looks like Daddy packed on a little bit of weight, huh? A little bit of sympathy weight." Which at first I was fucking pissed. I was like, "Fuck you, you old slut, fuck you." But then I realized that this is a perfect excuse for me to just order 2 desserts at restaurants. I would just be like, "Oh, waitress, I'm so stressed lately with the baby and everything. Can I please have, 2 pieces of pie? We just haven't been out in forever. Can I get, an extra dessert?" She'd just be like, "Oh, don't worry about it." Nobody ever judges a guy with a 6-month-old baby. It was perfect. But then, unfortunately, me and her broke up, and then I tried going for plan B, which was getting a dog, but I realized that nobody lets you be fat if you have a dog. You cannot use that as an excuse ever. And so I had this dog, and I realized that dogs are pieces of shit. I had this dog, and it's the laziest dog that I've ever seen in my entire life. I once saw this dog jump halfway onto a couch, get tired, decide in that precise moment that it's too much energy to bring its 2 back legs onto the couch as well, so it just plopped back down onto the floor, laid down, took a nap, and then when it regained its strength, continued the rest of the way onto the couch. And so it kind of worried me because I heard that dogs take on the characteristics of your owners. And so I decided that I needed to take a good long hard look at myself in the mirror to decide, like, am I the cause for why this dog is so lazy? But then the mirror was all the way across the room, and I was already watching Netflix, and so I just took a nap, and when I regained my strength, I took a look in the mirror. But this dog, not only is it lazy, it's a fucking bitch. Like, if it was my actual daughter, like, it'd be one of those teenage daughters that I'd be like, "Oh, come here, please," and then she'd be like, "Fuck you, fat ass, you come here." I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she'd be like, "Fuck you." She would call me Berek, she wouldn't even call me Dad. And then one day I would just snap, and I'd be like, "You're fucking adopted. Your mom was a bitch, your dad was a whore, people paid him to have sex with your mom. I found you outside a box in front of a store. Fuck you. No one loves you." And then she would run away and join a pack of wild dogs and get into hard drugs, and it'd be all my fault, but she's a lazy bitch, so fuck her anyway. Thank you, my name's Berek Wright. Have a good night.